So a lot of people don't realize that you can actually break Hadanite rocks with the Prospector. And I thought I would demonstrate that for you here. Now, you're absolutely not going to want to put any laser intensity into this process. So you do not turn the laser intensity up at all. Turn on the mining laser and you will see the charge level climb very quickly. So you do have to be ready to do this. Once it begins to climb and it gets into the green, turn off the laser. So you can watch it here, it climbs. You obviously want to stay on the rock. You turn on the laser, it climbs, it gets into the green. Try and take it to the top part of the green. If you're slightly in the overcharge, to let it decay out of it, it's just fine. But ultimately, you're going to just keep turning the mining laser on and off and keeping it in the green while it's going through the optimal, and it will actually break the rock. So you can see I've broken a couple here already. And so if you're working in a team where you have the Prospector doing the breaking, maybe one scout out ahead of the Prospector and just using your ROCs to do the extraction part of this, this can actually be a pretty efficient way to do something outside the box a little bit. And so I thought I would take a moment and demonstrate this kind of advanced mining technique. It definitely takes some situational awareness on the mining laser so you don't scatter the rocks everywhere. So you do want to find somebody who's going to be patient. But as you can see here on Aberdeen, I found a few Hadanite rocks, and I was able to successfully break all of those Hadanite rocks without causing any kind of a major scatter. One thing that you will want to make note of is you will not want to take your Prospector terribly close to these. If your Prospector's VTOL engines or your engines kind of get on that pile of, you will blow those around a little bit. So you can see I'm kind of fairly far back. Not terribly far, but in the neighborhood of 25, 25 away, 30 away. But I thought I would just take a moment and show you this. I think that this is an excellent way to break the rocks and stay out in front of your ROC, a remote ore collector team, if they're doing the harvesting. And so, just really quickly, a little bit of theory crafting. If you have a scout locating Hadanite nodes, then you have the Prospector fly in and break those, and then you have your ROC team come in and do the extraction, and you can kind of keep that team out in front of you. Now, of course, you could just use one Prospector, as kind of the scout and move on and look for the next ones. But if you have also somebody who's a dedicated scout, it's not a bad idea. That way, the scout can locate something. As soon as you get these done broken up, you can actually take off in the Prospector, go to the next nodes, begin breaking those up, and then by the time your ROC team scoops all these things up, they can meet you at the next node, and your scout, you've already came to the node cluster and relieved him or her, and they're out doing the scouting. So just a bit of theory crafting on some Star Citizen mining. That's what we like to do here, tips and tricks. I hope that this video serves you well. It's not very difficult, but it does take some attention to detail. And I think that this could absolutely be a far more efficient way to ROC mine. So thanks everybody for your time, and I will see you all around the verse.